Hello my friend, today we're going to talk about multiplying your milk supply and how I went from getting 1 ounce during a pumping session to overflowing a 6-ounce bottle. So grab a cup of tea and come join me. I'm Jess, breastfeeding specialist and mother to 3 incredible little babies who were all premature, all emergency C-section, all low birth weight, so I understand this struggle. And I am dedicated to creating helpful videos that will guide you through the first year of parenting so that you can mother with confidence and with clarity. In this video, we're going to go through what I ate, when I pumped, and how I pumped in order to train my body to make an amazing amount of milk for my little baby who could not breastfeed for about 8 weeks. I am somebody who really likes to have things printed out. I love schedules. So I've also created the recipes in a PDF for you with the schedule that I use personally to train my body to produce more milk for my baby. We're gonna start with 6 tips so that you understand what's happening and what to do, because the more you understand, the more confidence you have. And one of my goals is to take away your stress and give you clarity. Number 1, you need to know your why. You need to write it down, you need to share it with somebody, because pumping, breastfeeding, exclusively pumping, it's a lot of work. And boosting your milk supply, it's gonna take a lot of work. So you need to know your why for those times that you're kind of struggling and you wanna quit. And I wanna hear from you. If you're an exclusively breastfeeding mommy, an exclusive pumping mommy, a combination mommy, I wanna know your why. Share it, put it in the comments. Number 2, the key is frequent and efficient removal of milk. So you can take all the supplements you want, but if you're not getting that milk out of your body, it's not doing anything for you. So frequent and efficient. Number 3, nourishment. If we are taking in a lot of nourishment, our body is able to produce more milk. If we're hydrating ourselves, our body is able to produce more milk. So I've got a meal plan included in this that's gonna be full of really high protein, nutrient dense, easily digestible foods for you. Number 4, skin to skin. If your baby is in the NICU and you are unable to have your baby skin to skin with you, just look at pictures of your baby, watch videos, take a piece of their clothing home so you can smell it. That is going to trigger that same kind of response. If your baby is at home with you, put your baby on your chest while you're pumping. That's going to help increase that letdown as well. Number 5, rest. This is where you're going to see something a little bit different in my plans versus other plans that you might see, and that's I don't include a 2 a.m., 3 a.m. feed, because I think if a mommy can sleep through the night in this kind of stressful situation, let her sleep through the night. You don't have to wake up in the middle of the night to pump. As long as you're pumping frequently and efficiently throughout the day. Sleep when you can sleep. Get that rest. And lastly, we're going to be talking about big red flags that you need to be keeping an eye out for as you're building up your milk supply. But first, if this has been helpful in any way so far, please share this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. That's going to help YouTube figure out that it needs to be shared a little bit more, and more mummies will have access to this. And it will be a huge encouragement to me as well. If you start to see cracking between the areola and the nipple right here, that is a sign that the flange is too small. You need a bigger flange. If the front of your nipple, this part, starts to get kind of red, that means that the suction might be too strong and you need to lighten up on the suction. Also, one more tip with this pumping is let the pump do that fast sucking in the beginning before you move it onto the pattern. Because what that fast sucking is doing, that one, is it's mimicking a baby, because babies, they suck fast in the beginning because they're stimulating the letdown. And if we let the pump do that before it goes through the stage, we're going to get a better boost in producing more milk. We're going to tell our body, let go of it, let it out. It'll also, because you're going to be pumping so frequently, apply some coconut oil or lanolin onto your nipple before you start pumping, just to save any kind of rubbing and discomfort. Pumping should not hurt you, okay? Just like breastfeeding. So if it hurts, don't tolerate the pain. It should not hurt. So what are we doing in this plan? We're gonna do 8 pumping sessions in the day, and one of them is gonna be a power pump session. Power pump session is basically like you're pumping for an hour, but you're breaking it up into small bits with rest in between. When you pump, do not pump for more than 30 minutes. We're also eating at least 4 meals a day of high protein, nutrient dense, easily digestible foods that's going to nourish our bodies. We're going to be drinking at least 8 ounces every time we pump as well, because we need to keep ourselves nourished and hydrated. There is one thing that I did not follow in my own plan, and hopefully you can be better than me. But it is that I love a cup of coffee, and I would have a cup of coffee every morning with my husband during breakfast. But caffeine has been shown to reduce milk supply. So if the goal is to get your production up fast, skip the coffee, skip the caffeine, just do some ginger tea, some moringa tea, coconut water. Use that as your hydration source. But if you love your cup of coffee, I understand. So the plan is included below in the description. You should be able to just click it, download it, follow it. For those of you who are going to be following this plan, will you let me know how it goes? I'd love to hear if this helps you the way that it really helped me. So my daughter was unable to breastfeed for about 8 weeks. I had to figure out an alternative feeding method for her. She was on formula for the first week because my body was just not producing enough. We were in the hospital for about a week because her blood sugar levels just wouldn't stabilize. And I knew I could nourish her. I knew my body could do it. I just had to train it. And so this is what I did to train it. And it helped me a lot, and it was delicious food, which I'm so grateful to my mother for making. Also make it in bulk, so because you're gonna be so hungry and you're probably gonna eat a lot. So because you're burning a lot of calories, you're burning a lot of energy, and you need to get that back in. If you know a mother who's exclusively pumping, who's struggling to boost their milk supply, who has a baby in the NICU, who has a premature baby, low birth weight, any baby struggling to feed, but they want to provide breast milk for them, will you share this video with them? And please send me a message, ask me a question. I want to hear from you guys. You're doing an amazing job. You got this. You are tough. I'm really glad you're here, and I'll see you in the next one.